Hello, hello everyone. It's great to have you all on board. It's another time with Thuso Ayo, the enthusiastic Thuso. And in today's tutorial, it happens to be another of our tutorial. It's been a while really, but it's been fun. It's been it's been wonderful. And today we're going to continue from where we stopped on the course POL311. The class was actually scheduled for 5 p.m. before now, but unfortunately we couldn't start by 5 p.m. And here we are, the class is kicking off. And according to the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about dependency. Okay, we're going to be talking about dependency. Please let me know in the comment section if you all can hear me. I just need to be sure you all can hear me loud and clear. Oh, the comment section has been busy lately. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, good evening, Mr. Joe. It's great to have you on board. Good evening, Mrs. Regina. Sorry we are starting a little bit late. Good evening, Mrs. Tasha. It's great to have you all on board. And basically, we're going to be taking what it means by, taking our bearing from what it means by dependency. Okay? So I'm just going to put that down. Now, before now, we have been considering a lot of theory, and we have been discussing some theories here and there, and it has been fun. We have been able to get a thing or two. So, in line with that, okay, we're going to be talking about what it means by dependency. Just a moment. Trying to get my notes all fixed up here. Just a moment. Okay. Now, we've been able to talk about we've been talking about series of theories, and in line with what we have been discussing, all right, we have dependency. We're going to be talking about what it means by dependency, and also we're going to be taking into consideration other theories and approaches as it may concern. Okay, so if you are new to the stream, you might want to smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss out on any of our recent updates. And most importantly, if you are yet to join the private class, it might interest you to reach out to us today on our official website and use the WhatsApp button in the top right hand corner to send us a direct message requesting to join the private class. All right, and just a moment. Okay. Now, while I get set with the notes and everything, now, our exams are fast approaching, and it is required to put in the effort as we make plans towards the examination. And you must have noticed that in the schedule for the week, we had to take 2 courses. You must have noticed that tomorrow we are taking on the course. All right, tomorrow taking the course called DES, and today we are taking POL311. So that's how it's going to be for the time being, considering the fact that exam is fast approaching. Now let's go straight into it. when we talk about dependency theory, or we talk about dependency, what are we referring to? Just a moment, I'm trying to adjust my microphone. Just a moment, I'm trying to adjust this microphone of mine. A whole lot being fixed here, so it's just to ensure that everything is intact and working perfectly. Okay. Now, when we talk about dependency, what are we simply referring to? I want us to look at it from an angle. Okay? I want us to consider dependency from an angle. It says dependency, all right, can be defined as an explanation of the economic development of a state. An explanation, okay, it is said to be an explanation. This explanation is the economic. This explanation is about the economic development of a state. All right? This dependency we are talking about, literally, when we just look at the word dependency, literally, we are simply considering the fact that you as an individual or as a nation or as an economy, you depend on another country for development. Your source of development, your source of livelihood, your source of economy. Your economy is dependent on the activity or the transaction or between your country and another country. Okay? But now let's look at it from this angle. It says the explanation of the, all right, is the explanation about the economic development of a state. Explanation about the economic development of a state. Okay? The economic development of a state. Are we together? This explanation about the economic development of this state is in terms of external influence. Like I usually say, pen on paper is the easiest exam to pass. Okay? With you attending classes and with the keynote that will be given to you, and as a member of the private class, I will ensure that you have above a minimum of 25 in your TMA to go and put your exams down correctly, and pass is easy when it comes to pen on paper. Why? Because you have the liberty to bring your input to the table as far as POP is concerned. Now, talking about dependency, as it says here, it says this discussion is about the economic development of a state in terms, are we together? In terms of what we refer to as external influence. Now, this external influence comprises, all right, this external influence comprises of political, economic, cultural, all right, and national development policies. All right, so now let's repurpose that. An explanation about the economic development of a state in terms of external influence. So what are we being told now? This external influence is what determines the development of that state. All right, and this external influence encompasses, is made up of the likes of political activities, economical activities, cultural activities, and activities that has to do with the national development policies. All right, accorded by political, let's just put that as FO, but note that is economic. Please note that that is economic. So I just abbreviated that to ECHO. Okay, but pay attention that that ECO is economic. All right, political, economic, and so we also have cultural, and lastly we have national development policies. So we have that as that on dependency. Now, like I said earlier, dependency is a theory. Are we together? It's a theory. Now, looking at it from the angle of, this is just dependency here. Looking at it from the angle of a theory, then what do we have? Okay? Looking at it from the angle of a theory, what do we have? Then, it says, looking at it from the angle of a theory, then we have a body of social science theory predicated on the notion that resources flow from a periphery, all right, from a periphery of poor and undeveloped states to a core of wealthy states, all right, enriching the latter at the expense of the former. We are talking about the same thing here. As a theory, or looking at it just by the word dependency, we are talking about a situation, an arrangement, all right, whereby a particular country's development. Please, I'm giving this input because I need you to understand I need you to understand everything I teach here. Everything I teach on this channel, I'm always intentional about something. The concept behind every definition. You cannot cram everything. As a matter of fact, your material in this department, political science, they are very voluminous. So you cannot cram everything. But get the basic understanding. Have the foundational understanding and knowledge of what we are talking about. So as far as dependency theory or just dependency is concerned, we are looking at an arrangement, we are looking at an explanation, we are looking at a situation whereby the development of a particular country's economy is dependent, is determined by the activities such as, all right, economic, political, cultural, and NDP interaction between that particular country and a developed country. Then we have that as that. Please, if you're on the stream and you have not subscribed to the channel, this channel is still less than 500 subscribers. Please, let's ensure to subscribe to the channel. It's very important. And you have not smashed the like button also, I encourage you to do that as well. So let's take a step further. Now, as far as this dependency theory is concerned, okay, what if you come across question like, talking about dependency theory, what are the major arguments or proposition? What did dependency theory propose compared to other theories in political science? Now, dependency theory is very intentional about development. And it says development is a condition fundamentally different from underdevelopment. That's one of the things it proposed. The core the core proposition of dependency theory is tied to development. All right? Oh my goodness, I missed something in the comment section. Very careful. What's button pushing? I missed something in the comment section. Wow. Okay, somebody said something, says that's Mr. Constant. I'm just seeing this now. Sorry about that. I didn't notice that earlier. Okay, Mr. Constant says, good evening, sir. I'm not seeing anything. I'm only hearing you. Wow, that's interesting. Mr. Constant, you need to improve your video quality. Mrs. Regina says network. I think it's stable now. Okay, so Mr. Constant, you need to improve your video quality. How do you do that? All you need to do is just to click on your screen. You will find, when you tap on your screen, you will find that gear button or that gear icon. We call it setting icon here. So it's a gear icon. You click on it, you find it in the right hand corner on top, the top right hand corner. When you click on it, it takes you to where you find quality. Currently my own is on 360p. I can check from here now. I can see that it's crystal clear. And I think you are new to the stream, that's why you're having this difficulty. So you can, when you click on that quality, you see automatically YouTube keeps it on 144p. 144p is very low. You will not see it clearly on 144p. So you need to take it to a minimum of 360 and above. And with that, you will see it crystal clear. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, so now let's continue. So as I was explaining, we were talking about the, please Mr. Constant, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe now. And also do well to reach out to me after this class. You need to join the private class, because apart from what we do here, we have classes. We also have the situation, we have an arrangement of the keynotes. Alright, those keynotes are very important. Don't go about looking for past questions. What you need is the keynotes. Those are gold mines for exams. So to greet me after this class, all you need to do is just to go to our official website, which is www.twayo.net. Use the WhatsApp button on the top right hand corner to send me a direct message. Now, enough said about dependency theory. Let's take a step further. So now let's talk about the political economic approach. The political economy approach. Now, like I said earlier, okay, you said you have registered already. Do you mean you subscribe? What do you mean by you registered already, sir? Or are you a member of our private class already, Mr. Constant? So now, when we say political economy approach, what is this all about? Without further ado, when we say political economy approach, we are simply talking about an approach in political science. This approach is called political economy approach. Now, this is what makes this approach unique. This is what makes it different. This approach studies the relationship between politics and economics. Okay? This approach studies the relationship between politics and economics. It examines how political forces like government, excuse me, like government, policies, and power and economic system, all right, influence each other. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for that, Mr. Constant. Maybe you have a different name. You are using a different name in the class because I don't know this name. But just send me a message still. Just send me a message after the what's going on with my generator set. Okay, I think I might lose it now. So let's use our backup. Okay, so we might be using the generator now. So let's just have a backup. Stand by. Okay, I apologize for the poor illumination. It's been days now. Energy has not been supplied. I have to run on generator. I actually forgot to top up the fuel, so I'll just go and do that after this class. So as I was explaining, the political economy approach studies. Okay, Mr. Felix, now I get it. This approach studies the relationship yes, it studies the relationship. It studies the relationship between politics and economics. How the government, policies, and economic system, how they affect each other or how they influence each other. That is what this approach is all about. So the main idea behind this approach is power and wealth, government and economy, class and conflict. All right. This approach is very intentional and particular how social classes, all right, talking about the middle class and the low class, the average, the middle, and the top class, how they relate, how they interact. Okay. So now let's quickly consider the historical development of political economy. All right. So don't be confused. It can come as political economy, just like we have dependency and we have dependency theory. They are still talking about the same thing. So for this one too now, it can come as political economy approach and it can also come as political approach. Either ways, don't be confused. So now let's quickly consider the history. Let's quickly consider the history. Now, as a discipline, political economy grew in step with development of capitalism. All right? So we are being told now that according to the history of political economy approach, or according to the history of political economy, this approach follows the stead. All right? It follows the stead of capitalism. All right, grows in the stead of capitalism. I believe we know what capitalism is. Mrs. Regina, are you there? Mrs. Regina, are you there? Mr. Felix, can you tell me what capitalism is in few words? I give us 1 minute, please. Is that right there? Capitalism. When we say capitalism, what are we talking about? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, thank you very much for that. It's an economic system, okay? And this economic system is that type of economic system where we have private individuals or business own the means of production and resources. Yes, thank you very much for that. Now let's take a step further. So this political approach takes the stead of capitalism. Okay? As a matter of fact, some believe that this approach, when we look at it from way back when it started as the classical political economy, all right? Let's put it this way. Some believe that the classical political economy started from the mercantilists. Mrs. Regina, you remember when we were doing Echo 122 then, when we were talking about money, talking about the history and genesis of money, the input of the mercantilists. So this approach, according to some, believe that the classical political economy started from the mercantilist theories as far back as the 16th and 17th century, while others locate it from the age of the physiocrats during the 17th and the 18th century. So we have that as that. So the roots of this approach, all right, reach back to the classical political economy, all right, and the work of Karl Marx cannot be overemphasized when it comes to this political economy approach. Now, the main inspiration of the approach is to develop the work of Marx with special reference to the elucidation, bringing to life, explaining excuse me, my throat's doing this. Okay, now talking about the elucidation, all right, the elucidation of the global characteristics of capitalism and its application to the periphery. So one thing we should note is that the political economy approach has developed in the general context of Marxism and relies a great deal on the conceptual apparatus and analytic framework of Marxism. We talked about Marxism in our retrospective class. All right, please pay attention to that Marxism. So now we've gotten two things from this political economy approach. Now it has to do with capitalism, all right, and the work of Karl Marx using it to elucidate Marxism is also very important when you talk about the political economy approach. So that's that as that. I want us to take one more approach before we call it a wrap for tonight. Okay, basically, I think that's it. So, in our next class, we'll be talking about new institutionalism. Okay, new institutionalism. All right, so thank you very much, everyone. I want to give us an assignment. So, according to your level of understanding and comprehension, define what it means by Marxism. Okay? Define Marxism. Okay, thank you for that, Mrs. Regina. I'm not seeing your message. So, we have to define Marxism. So, please, let's make sure to submit our assignment today. Submit your assignment today because tomorrow it's another class entirely. That'll be DES 303. So please submit your assignment today. So you want to do the assignment immediately after this class. So thank you very much, everyone. I believe you have been able to gain something in tonight's class. Please let's ensure to keep our notes up to date and submit them in the appropriate quarters. All right. And for those of us who have not joined the private class, let's ensure to reach out to Futhor.io today on our official website, which is www.tuthor.io.com. All right. I look forward to seeing you all in subsequent tutorials, and do have a wonderful evening. Bye for now.